Hey everyone. So I wanted to talk about the most important boundary to set first, which is not the boundary that you probably think it is. And stay to the end, and I will share with you also a way to learn and unlearn your own boundary pattern tendencies. And so stay to the end, and I will share with you a way for you to start to break some of the habits and patterns you may have around boundaries. So, getting back to boundaries, a lot of times people, and especially the high achieving career women that I work with, tend to want to constantly set boundaries with everybody else. They're always being like, nope, not you. They want to say no clearly. They want to do all these kinds of things, also, all of which are very powerful. And they're often missing the most important boundary to set, which is boundaries with yourself. Why does this matter? You cannot expect other people to understand your own boundaries if you don't actually set any boundaries with yourself and you're not clear on what they are and you're not maintaining them regularly. Because the more grounded and centered you are because of the boundaries you're setting with yourself, that's actually how you're going to be able to start to set boundaries with other people. And you're not going to be setting them out of reaction. You're actually going to set them out of a centered, grounded place. So, when I'm talking about boundaries with yourself, these are actually really simple ones and starting to set boundaries with yourself around things that don't serve you. So, when I'm talking about things that don't serve you, the top ones for my clients typically sleep. You're not getting enough sleep. How do you start to set boundaries around time so that you're actually getting enough sleep? You're actually resting and restoring your body and then waking up in the morning and feeling energetic. Another one, very common, scrolling social media. I'm super aware you're watching this on YouTube, another place where we can really get sucked in. And this is actually the space for you to start to say at the end of this video, turn it off, and then actually get some space in your head so that you can get grounded again. Netflix also on that list. And not to say that we don't enjoy all of our movies and the things that we're watching, but actually to learn to turn it off at a set time and then actually start to relax and unwind your mind in the evening so that you can go to bed, you can actually get full rest and sleep. Another one that's very common, movement. People are not setting boundaries around movement. And when I say boundaries, I mean actually enforcing for yourself to make the time and the space to take care of yourself. That daily movement is really essential to our health, our mental health in particular. And how do you start to make space and time for that? And it can be a 10 to 15-minute walk. It doesn't have to be something really big. And are you setting that boundary with yourself? And this is a really important one. Are you setting boundaries with yourself around stress? Are you actually telling yourself, I'm going to stop stressing about something. I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to do something that makes me feel good. And learning to set these boundaries with yourself is so essential and so important so that you can start to set boundaries with other people. Once you have that clarity, once you have that connection with yourself, that's actually going to be the powerful place for you to now set boundaries with other people because you are clear. You approve of yourself. You care about what you are working on. You know what your priorities are. And then it's so much simpler to say, hey, I'm just turning off work at 5 because I need to go move. I need to go to the gym. I need to cook dinner so I can nourish my body. I need to go to bed early. All of those pieces are possible when you're actually setting those boundaries with yourself rather than saying, you're overworking me. And I'm not saying that there aren't toxic work cultures out there because, of course, there are. And the faster you can really get clear on your own boundaries, the quicker you're going to be able to set really good boundaries with work or with family or with other people in your life, with your friends. And you can say, hey, this is the most important thing to me. So I'm going to do this. And I'm not going to worry about everything else that people are asking from me. Because everybody has boundary tendencies. Everyone's has ways that they tend to do. I know a lot of people pleasers are probably watching this, people who tend to say yes to everything. You're the person who always raises their hand when everyone's asking for a volunteer. The other flip side of that is somebody who tends to be rigid with boundaries. You say no, you never volunteer. You're always like, back off. I've just got my own space here. And you actually never allow anybody in. And then there's some of you who tend to actually break other people's boundaries. You're always overstepping and actually going into pushing on other people's boundaries. And then that is another place for us to start to look at patterns. So if you're curious to know which of these you are, I have a quiz, NicoleSong.com/quiz for you to find out your boundary tendencies. And then through that awareness is when you can start to unlearn patterns and habits that don't serve you to start to make new good choices for your boundaries. All right, so hit like, pop a comment below if this is resonating with you, and I will see you all again soon.